Embark on this enlightening excursion into the annals of history as we transport ourselves into the heart of Europe's early Middle Ages, where we will weave together a captivating and episodic account of one of its most eminent and influential figures, Charlemagne, or Charles the Great, as he is also known. As we dive deeper into his remarkable saga, we'll uncover the pivotal moments and legendary adventures that characterized his famed reign and explore the lasting impact that his leadership has had on the fabric of modern-day Europe. Are you prepared to immerse yourself in a thrilling 15-minute tour through the pages of history? Strap in and prepare to be amazed as we journey through time to discover the extraordinary story of Charlemagne, a man whose deeds and determination forever altered the course of European history. Introduction to Charlemagne. Charlemagne's multifaceted nature stretched beyond his role as a warrior and king, encompassing the traits of a wise ruler and patron of learning. It was his ability to balance the exercise of power with an understanding of the intricacies of diplomacy and statecraft that allowed him to secure alliances and maintain key relationships with various factions, tribes, and religious leaders. He recognized the importance of fostering a culture that valued knowledge and artistic expression, leading to the flourishing of creativity and intellectual growth that became the hallmarks of the Carolingian Renaissance. As an advocate for education, Charlemagne leveraged his influence to establish numerous schools and libraries, laying the groundwork for widespread literacy and education that would pave the way for future developments in science, literature, and philosophy. It was this unique blend of warrior prowess, visionary leadership, and dedication to culture and learning that cemented Charlemagne's place in history as a transformative and influential figure. By delving into Charlemagne's life and accomplishments, we are able to grasp critical aspects of the medieval period and appreciate the profound and lasting impact of his reign on the shaping of the world as we know it today. As the time machine's portal closes behind us, we survey the simplicity of the 8th century life, farmers tending their crops, monks bent over scripture, men and women absorbed in the ceaseless rhythm of survival in this bygone era. And within this tableau of early medieval Europe emerges Charlemagne. Only a vigorous youth at this point, his face is weathered beyond his years, reflecting the indomitable spirit and resolution only hinted at by the enticing spark in his eye. Born amidst the instability of the kingdom of the Franks, his destiny was yet unknown to him. Still, even in these early days, as he pushes beyond the marshy froth of uncertainty surrounding his future, there is an undeniable magnetism to his personality, a burning ambition and a ceaseless warrior spirit that seems to hint at greatness. With each challenge met, each obstacle overcome, he will unwittingly sow the seeds of a culture that will influence millenniums ahead. Our temporal journey, distant yet innumerable, lets us behold the ascension of a man destined not simply to conquer, but to cultivate. Slight was he aware then that his actions, decisions, and the very essence of his being would not merely chart the course of his life, but also mold history into an entirely new configuration of reality. Thus, through the unassuming simplicity of his early days, we glimpse the multifaceted complexities of Charlemagne, ambitious, intellectual, yet humble, a legend in the making. Charlemagne's early life. Born to Pippin the Short and Bertrada of Laon, two influential figures of their time, Charlemagne was a child of nobility, destined for an extraordinary fate deeply entwined with his prominent lineage. This destiny came with an inherent onus, a calling to honor and enhance his family's legacy, all while navigating an ambitious life distinct from the ordinary. His early life was veiled in an array of unique customs and lofty expectations, all befitting a young prince forecasted for grandeur. With a deep-rooted comprehension of the magnitude of his destiny, Charlemagne accepted the task of forging his own journey, cognizant of the need to preserve his family's dignity. A key determinant in his path was the robust education his parents crafted for him. His mother, appreciating the value of diverse knowledge, schooled him in the arts and sciences, fostering an intellectual growth that would later prove crucial. Concurrently, his father set about grooming him into a formidable leader, instilling in him the fine principles of warfare and strategy. Together, they equipped a young Charlemagne with the essential skills to confront the formidable hurdles that accompanied his rise to power. This preparation period was integral, shaping his youthful persona and embedding within him the quintessential traits and wisdom needed to assume his projected throne. A full-blown testament to a thorough blend of education, strategic prowess, and leadership excellence, Charlemagne went on to conquer his destiny. His reign sparked the onset of a revolutionary epoch in European history, characterized by unity and a cultural renaissance that continues to echo through the corridors of the Western world. Unarguably, Charlemagne's life story stood and continues to stand as an illustrative narrative in history. Rise to power. The celestial parallel drawn to Charlemagne's rise to power and the transformation of his empire highlights the magnitude and inevitability of the political metamorphosis that took place. Bound together by the threads of fate and circumstance, it seemed as if the very fabric of the cosmos had ordained for Charlemagne to unleash his unyielding vision and resolve upon the world. The death of his brother, shrouded in enigma, served as a harbinger of change, signifying the end of one era and the heralding of a new epoch of unity and growth. As the fog of power struggles and murky political intrigues that once marred the dual monarchy dissipated, the sun of Charlemagne's reign began to rise, casting a warm, golden light of hope across his empire. Gradually, as his rule progressed with steadfast determination, the realm emerged as an architectural and cultural gem that mirrored both the political and economic resilience of this remarkable age. The achievements of Charlemagne's era are not just limited to the past, as his indelible mark on the course of history continues to be felt in the contemporary world. Today, we find ourselves standing on the shoulders of this great leader, whose impact has irreversibly transformed the trajectory of human civilization, forever altering the course of societal evolution. In this manner, we are reminded that it is not just the constellations above us that chart our future, but also the legacies of the leaders who have come before us, their influence echoing through time as guideposts of progress. Notable achievements and campaigns. Charlemagne's fervent dedication to fostering education didn't stop at mere establishing learning facilities or assembling the finest minds across the continent. He engineered an enduring legacy that would forever be etched into the annals of European history. Drawing upon scholars from every corner of Europe, he utilized their expertise in drafting the Carolingian minuscule, a revolutionary written script that standardized reading and writing, democratizing access to information at a heretofore unseen scale. Texts, thanks to this pioneering script, became more accessible and easily replicated, setting the stage for a widespread diffusion of knowledge like ripples in a vast intellectual pond. Undeniably, his education-centric capitulary for the Missi played a significant role in this grand design. It compelled the monks and the clergy, who were often the most literate individuals during that era, to further their personal enlightenment and serve as illuminating beacons for the laymen of society. This masterstroke bolstered the proliferation of wisdom and knowledge within his empire, weaving a highly enlightened society shielded by the mantle of education. His keen interest in the liberal arts, particularly the trivium and quadrivium, resulted in a remarkable renaissance of classical knowledge and philosophy, dredging up precious pearls of wisdom to the keen eyes of intellects that could have otherwise been buried under the suffocating sands of time. The pivotal role of Alcuin of York, a scholar of great renown, cannot be understated in this story of educational revival. Having answered Charlemagne's call, Alcuin took the helm at the palace school, playing a key role in this intellectual resurgence that would spread its influence across the kingdom. Ultimately, Charlemagne's substantial mark can be traced within this cultural, scholarly, and political matrix, his name forever immortalized within the very heart of the European ethos. The echoes of his progressive reign still resonate through the annals of time, testament to the monumental force he guided, a testament to the power bound in the alchemical marriage of dynamic leadership and wisdom. Charlemagne's legacy. Charlemagne's reign, with its focus on the scriptoria, was instrumental in initiating a widely impactful intellectual renaissance, which witnessed a remarkable rise in educational standards and literacy rates. The scriptoria, not just simple rooms consisting of scribes copying texts, served as the heart of a vibrant intellectual milieu that thrived during his rule. They served as distinctive academic hubs, brimming with pulsating intellectual energy, and symbolized the centers of cultural transmission in his time. Nestled within monastic communities, they not only provided an avenue for learning, but also elevated the level of education and literacy, ushering in a previously unseen era of scholarly activity. The languages that these scribes devoted themselves to were not confined to local dialects, but commendably Latin, the academic language of that period, heralding a significant cultural moment in the narrative of European scholastic history. The scriptoria began to command increased attention, emerging as crucial bastions for the conservation and transmission of a host of historical texts infused with Christian philosophy and theology. The comparative value of these primary libraries is immeasurable, for it cannot be dismissed that the longevity and continuance of vast swaths of scholarly work were maintained by their meticulous efforts, thereby ensuring the persistence of fundamental theological and philosophical discourses and wisdom for future generations. Under Charlemagne's watchful guidance, there was the emergence of an inventive written script, dubbed the Carolingian minuscule asterisk. This new development was far from a trivial enhancement. Instead, it had the transformative effect of dramatically amplifying the legibility of texts and amplifying their overall reach. This reform substantially amplified the community of learners who could now interact with these manuscripts, triggering an impressive surge in the diffusion and exchange of ideas across the populace. This move toward standardization crafted a unifying link that connected the scattered intellectual factions across Europe and cultivated an intricate web of scholarly connections spanning the length and breadth of the empire. Charlemagne's influence didn't merely lay in the expansion of educational structures, but in a blooming scribal and scholarly culture. This culture was the birthplace of the earliest examples of historical writing and political theory in Europe. Groundbreaking texts, which were the offshoots of this intellectual flowering, became integral components in the construction of future European socio-political identities. They etched deep impressions on the evolutionary trajectory of political, social, and cultural domains, with their principles resonating throughout centuries, defining the formation of nationhood and public policy. In its fundamental nature, Charlemagne's epic signaled a deep-seated ambition towards a cohesive, educated Europe, a vision that played a significant role in formulating a collective cultural and intellectual identity. This identity, meticulously molded and curated by Charlemagne, transcends mere geographical or political demarcations and highlights the timeless impact of this era in informing the modern frameworks of Western civilization. The ripple effects of Charlemagne's rule continue to be discernible within the intricate fabric of our present-day society, significantly influencing our perception and understanding of Western cultural and intellectual character. Hence, his reign remains an endlessly intriguing and vital subject by pressing the subscribe button and explore the wonders that await. Discover the hidden gems and join us on this incredible voyage. Don't forget to like, share, and undoubtedly subscribe. We appreciate you tuning in, and let's journey through this historical wave side by side.